All right, good morning, everybody. Thank you for coming to today's ACAP session on personal safety and fraud and scam awareness. We have Nathan and Trent with us today, and they're going to present on their topics. We'll let Trent start off, and then, we'll let Nathan start off, and then we'll let Trent go, and there'll be time for questions at the end. There's coffee and snacks. If you need a bathroom, out that door to the left, and the bathrooms are on your left, and just please keep in mind that this will be recorded. All right, Nathan?
Thank you so much. Thank you all for coming out today, especially given the weather. It's not raining today. Some of you may not know me. Some of you may know I'm with a non-profit program called Senior Medicare Patrol, SMP. And what we do is we are funded by the federal government to empower Medicare beneficiaries and their caregivers to prevent, detect, and report Medicare fraud. Medicare fraud is a $65+ billion a year problem. The government looked at Medicare fraud and how out of control it was and said, what can we do to prevent that fraud from happening? So they fund us to educate in the community. We do events like this, support groups, senior centers, senior living communities, wherever seniors and their care partners and caregivers might be, is where we want to be. Educating them to read their Medicare self-statements, their Medicare summary notices, looking for charges they don't recognize. I always say, scams can happen to anybody, whether you're 25 or 85. But once you get to be over a certain age, scammers see seniors as an easier target. Whether that be Medicare or other scams that target. A big part of my job in talking to seniors is destigmatizing scams. A lot of times when scammers are successful and scam these seniors are embarrassed about it. They think they're dumb or senile or any of those things. And most of the time, none of those things are true. These scammers are good at what they do. Particularly Medicare fraud. You can do everything for that prevent aspect. We educate how to protect your Medicare. Not giving that Medicare number, especially over the phone. Scams Medicare can happen in person, but it's over the phone and the internet all the time. But the thing is, these seniors can do everything right. Protect their Medicare, never give it up supposed to, and that Medicare number is still compromised. All the time in the news, you see some big gathering, something happened. Nothing we did wrong, but you're going to target, the other person, or you're going to what we need to do for information doesn't have to spend 30. So we say, educate yourself to check those Medicare data. By far, the biggest scam happening right now, not a scam, is capital. If you know someone with Medicare, and most Medicare beneficiaries are over age 65, but some of you in this room under age 65 would still be on Medicare, you have certain disabilities. Knowing your capital is being billed to people with Medicare left and right. These seniors don't need the capital. They're not being sent the capital. But they're going to be billed by them. And because of that, who do you call it out coming to? You want to report it to our 877 hotline number. That hotline number is on your flyer. It is on your magnet. It's stuck in your desk. I know everyone's meeting. The flyer is lost in the fridge. Stick that magnet somewhere safe on your fridge. We want to be a resource for you to call and report those types of scams. We cannot fight those scams without the assistance and report of Medicare beneficiaries in the community. Ideally, what happens is we want to save the federal government, Medicare, a lot more money than is costing them to pay this. you really need to, if you're in a caregiving situation, maybe, the person is checked for these certificates. Because again, with the medical statement, scanners live out in the vulnerable. They scan the most vulnerable people out there. And as a caregiver, you have to step up and do it with the help of the technology. Medicare can be a confusing program. And what it covers, what it doesn't cover. We partner a lot with the Legacy Link SHIP program, SHIP, maybe familiar. That's our sister program. And these are the ones that advise and we do cover what plans would be best for you and those things. So if you're confused by that, we're going to use the SHIP program you can use. But the S&P program is solely focused on scanners and Medicare fraud is a legal for what I'm in the community. I'm talking about other scammers. Because again, I try to destigmatize. And these scammers are tricky. It's always coming up with new things. Scammers know how to take advantage of crisis situations. And I've had this job for 6 years. And about 2 years into the job, I'm feeling this close to getting scammed. My whole job for 2 years was to talk to people and how not to get scammed, how I will almost get scammed. I'll tell you what happened. Crisis situation. Jump into the time machine. Let's go back to the summer of 2020. What is the big thing going on in the summer of 2020? Oh, right. Well, my job, I love it. I love the whole pandemic. But my job changed a lot. We work gathering big together. We're exposed to, especially seniors. So I feel like I'm all life afterwards, trying to reach people on social media and things of that nature. So I'm sitting there on Facebook, and there are so many on Facebook. You're on Facebook, all that. Young people not on Facebook. It's scam people are working on Facebook, post with leads, scams happening, and a big media. So get a chat from my intern. I love you. My intern is a really fantastic lady. She's always very supportive of me from entire life. She would give a stranger, a story because she asked me, says, hey, I said, hey, Mr. Reese, how are you? She says, I'm doing that. Well, so I think he's thinking this. Is she sick? Is she doing? She goes, maybe I'm walking. You know, and the bank is going to close you. You need to get to the bank $1,500. I don't know how to do it. Could I borrow money from you? And I'm thinking, money needs to do it for you. It's kind of family store. Of course I do. The answer is it's okay, calm down. Things, I'll mention the line. Let me come down there, I'll bring cash and stuff. She lives outside of the That's 2 hours here in Saturday. So, thank you so much, I appreciate that. And, take me down because you can't afford to get sick for the job. You might have COVID and not know it. Can you send me? I said, okay, so let me send you the money. Okay, and then after a little bit, okay, let me do that. Because this guy West Virginia for now. All right, let me do that. Maybe give them temporary, go down to the store, and do that. I put my jeans, I get to my car, I go down to the grocery store, and I eat a little more from it. He didn't do this, I'm getting them something. But look at our call. I take out my phone, I was at the number of military numbers that are known for a long time. And Ray, she gets it. She says, hey, David, I'm continuing to very well. I just need a decision. What was her response? Well, I said, what do you want? I said, the money for your house. I was basically she goes, no, how's the tail? I don't think baseball that. And I was like, West Virginia was right by there. Scammers will often, when they ask for money, they do agencies like Medicare or Social Security, they'll ask for money a couple ways. Was pretty big, but every other way scammer is asking for money. This, if someone asking you for, they can help anybody. Seniors are people, but if someone's asking for a gift card, ask them, then those are only ways seniors can ask for money and build a level of anonymous to their asking. If I would send her that scammers that money, they would pick it up and use it straight into the And again, I should know better, but those are crisis situations. A lot going on. As a senior, especially if they're not quite so technical, something that they're they wouldn't be so confused and have her beginning to have a picture of her. Someone scanning for who's speaker knew that was her speaker. So what happens is either your friend's Facebook is or more common, it's clone. How many of y'all ever got a friend request from someone already had a friend? You're like, I think I already have a friend, but maybe they had a new Facebook account. And then someone's clone their face. Nothing is stopping me. Probably just something. Then there is some misunderstanding. New Facebook. And I just wanted to find you. It's just a place. Can you go? We're doing raffle with toothpaste. Can you go get some gift cards? Everyone's asking for a gift card, especially agencies. Legitimate agencies like Medicare, Social Security, they will not do this. So, my point is, it can happen anywhere, and I will be spending with my team. I always report the scams to us. So, and you can, especially if it's a healthcare scam, but we want to know that. And we are seeing these scams, these scams all throughout the city. And scams come and go. Scammers are very good. Once one scam kind of goes right, new scam has and we need to think about it. So when I have my next education event, I think we're really proud of balancing these scams. So many seniors tell me they don't even answer the phone anymore. I'm just saying the number because and we're all gonna get it. I just think that's smart. I think that's a good strategy. But in a couple of caveats. One caveat is these scammers can prove legitimate documents. It can look like it's coming from the sheriff's office or the law enforcement, and it's not actually one. And B, do you think scammers are just giving up because less people are doing? No. Scammers are adapting. Scammers are doing text messages, Facebook, email. Older adults trying to get them to give information, money, or their Medicare. The long tail of Medicare number can be adjusted valuable to the fee as a credit card. And these scammers, keep in mind, particularly for those at the seniors that need caregiving, a lot of them are very easily visited. They can't get access to the community. They don't have access to them. Maybe they haven't been able to have. And these scammers, they have a meaning that they can be very scary and say, we're not going to unless you say they want to get a lesser meaning, or the opposite. They're the nicest people in the world to be. They talk to them every day for a couple of days, they chat with them, they friends to them. So, by the time a week goes by and they ask them for money or information, it's not a stranger asking, it's a friend. These scammers don't care if the person is a millionaire and then thinking that several hundred dollars from them won't make their pocket back, or if they take the information from them and what happens is they can keep it. They can read. These scammers scam as many people as possible, especially Medicare planning, trying to build Medicare with all types of things, medical devices, medical services. These standards may or may be. Medicare is a great program. I encourage anyone to go Medicare if you think they have to need some type of test. We're going to service to have a conversation with the phone doctor about that need. Not someone over the phone, not someone a TV commercial they saw. Your own doctors be the one that tells you what is medically necessary. What's the best type of medical test is great for me, and not good for you, because we different medical concerns, different medications that may or may not make sense to you. So again, if you have a computer, please remember prevent, detect, and report for any medical benefits you know. And don't mention because of the standard you can see. It can happen because but with Medicare fraud, prevent it from happening. Tell you what happens by looking at the medical charges. You don't have things that come through. Appointments didn't go to. Medical tests you never received. And if you see something suspicious, call our hotline number, 877-272-8720, Monday through Friday from 9 to 5. We have a live lead man for our phone. Very easy to get a hold of. And maybe you don't know maybe you're sure. Call us anyway. Talk to us about it. Now, we don't have magic wand. We can't stop the phone calls. But hopefully you can think you the right direction. And if it doesn't seem like the right scam going on, we do work with federal law enforcement and OIG's office to get those scammers eventually held responsible. Any questions for me? Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so when you mentioned the scam where they are charging for devices like transfers, how does that work to Medicare?
That's a great question. So, I like to know bad races. I will tell people, hey, if you get those, you need to call the report because even though they say it's free is a loaded term. These people say free, they need to push their Medicare in. We're going to get absolutely free, you don't need to take Medicare. They say, okay, I got that price in the mail. It's been going back. They've been right, yeah, but I didn't do it like that for the future. I didn't hear. But I started with that report, and I just said, hey, I know they say, but you just pulled in, and they care for about 55 billion. I guess I can't tell you. But, in your question, maybe they do that. Maybe it's something that would be beneficial to them. They go to the doctor, and say, doctor, you have a battery, you think you get one, and maybe the doctor gets the benefit. But what happens in Medicare finds it. We have a record, you just got an outbreak, and we're not going to get you one vehicle, you said. So, even though it's not medically money, it's also you being not claimed that you shouldn't be for because you get that outbreak, because every company itself is called D&E, durable equipment. That's what you bring capital to be approved by the year. So if you get that free, if it doesn't fit right, you want to get one, they have to start things being give us a call. We can do that via you need to back for you to let you because these businesses will come and try to become bold with these things. Get them so scared or so annoyed it is good. But I'm there. Good. Any more questions for me? Yes, sir. I'm sure love. Kaufman. C-O-F-L-I-N. And if you all know anywhere in the state of Georgia that segregation there would be beneficial, let us know. Mostly senior communities and senior centers. But if you're open to any, if you want line 12, church, we love to do church groups or any type of those are harder for us to get into because luckily most of these the person and the congregations are very protective and look fixing because they don't come in and follow the secret their need. But hey, these guys, we're told now that I always tell people utilize our services because they're needed. Because I'm not hypocrite. I say, someone says something that's free, be wary, and then the next person I say, my services are free. So, any more about this?
What are you looking for? A couple of years ago, you somebody that was a machine and meditation, and there were a lot of scams at that time for machines that were working, and they could get new machines. And so that allowed me,
It's something, it's less likely to happen if you go to your doctor's office and get it. Most doctors have the connection to the sell that equipment, and the machine's not working, you kind of use it as a little thing, trying to get this. You know, speed actions, and things of that nature. That's the case of things that are making necessary. And, you know, it can kind of complicated. So if you go to your doctor, maybe you're getting a machine for you. So it doesn't happen still, but it's usually something you need to resolve if you go to your own doctor to get that. Okay.
and so I think it actually stems from COVID. You know, get the best finance goes really to the need and the bad.
And these commercials are something, they're legal, but they're ads. So I'm not through cable, there's a cable food set. But I think and I'm the type of person who's working out the background. So I'll turn on my TV, and I'm turning to like one of them like Me TV to play Mom's Family, the old sitcoms, the Buzzer TV to play the old 70s, 80s, and Matching. And because of the so many things, and obviously mostly seniors watch. And those weapons and things for medical equipment, medical fees, things like that. And it makes them sound very expensive. Look, make the machine out and go to your doctor. How is the machine PD? Is that something you did to and he or she or doctor is going to give you, their ones in you from whether or not it's appropriate for you. Because they are definitely, the commercial are very effective in getting seniors to dial that phone to get the Medicare and probably the very easy to do that. Good. Any more questions? If you don't have a question for me, I do, as expand the kind of thing I do in this presentation. Initially, the senior always had a little rental price. Did everyone keep thinking that? So,
Thank you.
very well. And also, look, this thing on this little magnifier box. It's going to see chemistry problem. These are getting little magnifier lights that you can use to have a of course, this is okay. And there's some extra up here, so definitely, someone is not here today and could benefit from it, please come grab it. My winner, 664-901. Answer.
Julia.
What's up, Eric? So
Thank you, Nathan. And next we have Trent McGuffey, who is now the captain of public safety of the police force on our Gainesville campus. And he's going to speak with us about personal safety and awareness.
thank you everybody for having me. Just a little short stint about kind of how I got here. I started with police about 10 years ago. I worked in uniform patrol, and patrol people out there after that. No training unit where I tried to really stay. I called anything from an active shooter to law enforcement. I called civilian response active shooter. Across the state. Security. Police academy, you name it, I'm calling it. For the venue, I like the venue I'm very comfortable in. Here recently, I took a promotion to captain over here in Gainesville. I supervised 3 precincts County, one in Forsyth County, and then our campus here in Hall County. So, I work a lot with Pam and her team. Right now, we're teaching a lot of classes and enjoying that partnership. But one thing we talked about this past last Wednesday, is personal safety. What's cool about personal safety is you're not going to get here and do your bad, and that's fun. You're going to roll on the floor and whistle. When they personal safety, that takes some time before I remember what kind of business, right? I like to leave how we get it, right? Because this last one, everybody's good. Everybody's good. He's come out and we've called himself about 4 years now. I had invited her kid me anytime I see behind me, she kicks her apart. So you all have it's just, I want to get in a situation where you have to physically defend yourself. You talk about things why, isn't what people do is king of things like that. So let's talk a little bit about online safety and awareness. So how many people here are going to email? You don't do it, and then once you click a link, an attachment, open on your computer, and it takes you to do it again, the world will fall apart. Everyone's going to die. If you can do that. You ever got to now, if you can, right? And if you click on it, you take a computer, a phone computer, or a cell phone, it opens them up to be vulnerable. Second, social media. How many people use Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat? There's we're talking community. It's funny you bring that up. So my grandfather, he's had like 15 Facebooks, and one of them actually been his. I get them all the time. I see there are people who make Facebook, but now they can, take their profile picture. One of them, that's not thousands. I pick up small things. Young people, been the mayor of Midland. My wife urgently needed $300 for groceries. So she messaged my phone with me. My phone turned around, boom, sent $500. Guess who really, well, she needs the money. Don't get me wrong. My wife shut me down. I got the phone when she gave me the opportunity. But it was not her. Follow up for it. My grandmother called me yesterday. She met a guy on social media, brother. Somebody came out to the yard work and did have to work, they had everything in emergency. Guess who gets told? Nobody. These types of things happen. Doctors say it. I mean, having my own family talking, this type of stuff happens. When you get on social media, you're talking to people, be careful with information you give them. Don't give out personal information, dates of birth, so somebody's credit card, get it back to you. Pay some credit card back with you. I think what so be careful what kind of stuff social media. When you go out of town, how many people know who's at the beach? Well, like my wife, this is where we're eating. We're eating. This is all us. We're at home. We're drinking. Take everything. Be careful what you're putting when you go. You say you take pictures, we do it after. We're already back. Keep careful. In law enforcement, you guarantee if you're right now, if you're name, go look at the Facebook, you'll be or by all. So be careful. Be careful with information you're getting out. Phone scams. These are my favorite. Sit in the office, get a phone call, ring, hello. Hey, this is the police family. That won't work. The police don't typically call an 911. Everything they see one donate, typically is through an agency, not through people. They never say nothing. People call you, say, hey, we have a warrant for your man. But if someone around there doing if police have a warrant for you, no. We're not going to police department to check. So be careful when you take these phone calls. A lot of times they're not, they're cold scams, IRS. Anybody here open file on taxes? Let me tell you, the IRS, they want money, they won't call you. Hey, this money. But we come to that with your free order. Be careful answering the phone. It's so difficult to use your ability to go down and give the number of that.
The same idea doing it. So I was being like, and because I wanted to my living, sometimes I wouldn't see your camera. So I realized this, for some reason the dark web, the scammer, my mom's 70 years old, and my number of these, they call me get it. And her name's Bobby, and they're through the community training. And the person said, hey, you have Medicare. And I said, yes. It says, remember what paying me? And she said, yeah, I do. But then I was like, why did you know? I thought they had a ability. And every day since, my phone has been ringing off the chain. Because that wasn't the scammer, that was for reconnaissance purpose and outfit. And now, that person told the whole scamming network, this person answering the phone, the Medicare, which is true of Medicare. And we spend 10, 12 hours a day, so this is not essential. So we want to answer a phone call, and you're the standard phone number. Well, but he's been a quick item, or now his scanner says that this scanner. So this is get small.
Guarantee wants to hear the phone ring, look, or they call it. Some group, then they they call, this could be yeah, and it's the hit wide down, need to get it. Yeah. Now, you have to get it.
The phone call is, you can't run your package, now, your insurance is wrong. It's not usually the red flags on this is crazy, but one the other day, you have to get, you don't have your and you don't who can have this critical relevance. So,
Check them out, you can check like the spelling, whenever you get email things, you know what is spelled wrong. And, improper use of, capital letters, it'll be like, Trent, then I'll spell my last name wrong, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I will, that's what you get through me. If you get an email, reach out to the person. So you answer the email, hey, this was weird. Oh, I clicked this. Call Pam. Can you send the email? No, I didn't. Somebody actually got on the police department the other day and sent it out. But I think it's out to. Yeah, this how bad they're on. No, this how.
Get email, and they look at the list, that company list, and it also that info, it's like a conference, so like, I'm very important. But anytime anything says kindly, we kindly. Nobody kindly does any.
Now, everybody gets full of them. Constantly, there's some things picking up, the other thing, with the flag, no, anything. Be careful when you know you can get what they can get full back in the kitchen. The elderly gentleman bought a house, he keeps it, all his social security stuff in there, all his bank account information's in there. all his accounts and everything, so me being a nice guy, like, hey, you know, you need to take it away, and you keep it, so I can either shred it, or one day, be a really, I'll stop by and give it back to Social Security records, and say, hey, you want to put it in there, and the other things, it passed away, isn't. You know, try to get that stuff back. Shredding documents, you see it spelling there, I didn't put the other parentheses. Whenever you get rid of things, especially documents that sensitive information, at least part of it, we're getting to the point of society where things are efficient. We're getting away from paper. So make sure you're deleting things, don't keep things on your email that might have sensitive information, delete it. You can do not keep information that you don't absolutely need. One thing I did while ours without mixing. Anything sensitive, they're going to big old huge thing. They take it, they don't. Just gotta keep that mindset. Keep this up. You don't need to get rid of it. What's one doctor you should? Social Security card. When I worked at the medical center, and I used to work in the security department there. When we did the drug application, we used to tell you what their property everything. But think about it. Even in jobs that are special jobs, they don't do things. Still your identity, they do. Don't feel uncomfortable with you. Memorize it, keep it in a secure location. If you need it, do it here, you don't have to take it with you. The button you need to walk on the table and find it. Right? So, be careful what you got with you. And then report activity. Not everything that happens, you need to call the police for. You know, general law enforcement's not going to take a report that you've got a phishing email. But it is your information. A lot of places, credit card companies, things like that don't require you to police report. You have other resources. See your mentioned. With your credit card companies, talk to them and they can refer to you and make reports. But don't let the stuff just go over. Even if it's a phishing email, anything that's spam related to you, even though you might catch it, I'm doing something here. Probably just that. So when you get those types of emails, those phone calls, things like that, if you feel that that's something, all of that can be. Do something, and you feel like 1 plus 1. So, just as you go, be aware of placing your report things in different situations, whether it's the United States Postal Service, they have their own criminal investigation division. If your mail starts disappearing, start looking, hey, your mail fund, we get it, 3 days ahead, we get mail from the mail. So if stuff starts disappearing, and all resources out. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, one thing that I have experience, I did that, is even what you can do is free interventions. After that's TransUnion and
It's true.
here's the thing, all three girls, free to do. That way, even if I was every and I was still here with those here number, if I was supposed to put in the credit card or maybe their name, it immediately be the you can be free, but it's been free for 5 years, and it is paid to allow it. The only caveat is that you don't put specifically in your name, you can free that. But this is paid after I'm putting in the years ago. So now, even if someone tries to pull it on track, it's probably denied a legal, your credit's frozen all your euros.
You look at the I don't want to, but I'll have you. I'll move for big drink. He just doesn't know it. Go to part, you can actually free all 3 of your credit, and your credit scores very quickly. I've created accounts out of all universities for work and they have information. So the first guy had to free time, I just pay, we'll get that road. So my 4-year-old came already in the door graphic. I thought that for the standalone, like on car, but you can just go in, increase your credit, get like a time frame, 3 days. Yep. Yeah, you can go to his website, you have to read one, tell you one. Down here, I did move credit. Super easy to do, even simple things, I'll do that one. Everything I do. So, you can go in, part hour, help you out. Let's move out of the thousand world a little bit, because I think, we're to the point that people are cautious, we're using, things on social media, we're very cautious. But what I think we often forget to do is safety at home, right? I'm a big routine person. Everything I have is a routine. Now, I have a couple different routines. I'm weird. I don't do the same thing the same way every day. I don't do exactly me, my police officer. I always be a little off. But I have the same routine every day. All the time. Make sure all the food, I have a car, the pot and grill. Make sure all the cars are locked. But everything else, I have a routine. Make sure every night I'm locking the door. And that goes right to you have a routine. You'll start seeing you do it every day. Let me look at that. Every morning. That was 20 years. But I did this in one. I ain't gonna work. But I have a routine. I ain't gonna so come on, that is easier. Second, drugs, sweats, and food. One thing I'm fit for, I'm always actually like that. Well, that's why she had a big chain attached. It's pulling up to the front of the house. But I also wear it here. This doesn't go here. But I didn't like the show because I felt like if I was there, I could come out with the kids, I could be on drugs. Out with me. But if you do have them, keep them cut back. Have you ever heard of broken window theory? Have you ever heard of that before? I teach that in the police academy and we talk about community policing. But broken window theory, that tells you, think about a neighborhood, your neighborhood, right? If the grass is grown, they're breaking in those own houses, those cracks that are in the street, graffiti in the sign, signs for 843. You don't get anything on the street corner, right? Or have burglary, broken. What do we bring it into that area? What's the spark into that area? Street. Right? Think about downtown Atlanta, you go on the street corner, you got a building, broken windows in it. You start to get in that area, start doing this, around. But if you go into your neighborhood now where everything's been manicured and taken care of, you have that on the screen. I always say UNG does a great job of this. We have a little bit of graffiti here and there. We have it sprayed, we have it, this everybody comes in the next one. We always have the grass immaculate. They always have the shrubs cut. And it says, we take care of what we have. We don't have around here. We don't have much. If we take care of places, we're less likely to see crime come in. So at your house, when you go from the community to do property, take care of your house, take care of your house. Pay somebody to come there and do keep your yard nice and manicured. You'd be surprised where that can be. I'm thinking but you're less likely to start seeing a lot of crime in that area. I think that's one thing, we could get in here and talk about HOAs or like, all the police are, music. But they do something for us. And some of this types of things, keeping your house is up, your neighbor's house is up, that way you're not inviting crime. Lighting. One thing we've done is our path, for our house has lights on it, have up lighting. Have it set where the home is lights coming in the wall, right? Things like that. You live by yourself, you're going to home alone, you can go by himself. Use different types of lighting, things like that. With a camera, Just, parking lighting around the house, all the help to do, if you want to call, break something. And then garage doors, back doors, when you go to bed, make sure your garage door's closed, get your clicker out of your car. Make sure it's a good working order. There are only buttons so people pay attention to them where you can actually lock your garage door. So explore those types of things, back doors, make sure your back door's locked. They might always go around the back of your house, things like that. So make sure those doors are locked. I'm really big on, I want to do it for me. All the windows, all the blinds, in the back of the house. You want to do that. My wife doesn't let me. But the back of the house, these things, it's fine. Safety in public. This is pretty big. And I'm going to tell you a story. I was watching on TV. There was an elderly lady that was down. I want to tell you, she was talking to someone. The guy went over to while they're distracted, so we have to go in the first thing right there, take one in. So that's what's standing right there with the car. Anytime we get distracted and we find ourselves falling, when you don't like, you start to feel like it's 5 seconds, and it's really high level of stress constantly. But you should be aware of where you're going. Tell others where you're going. Don't go somewhere by yourself. You stay in contact with your state store, the takers, things like that. So if you're going to just take stop at the gas station, Maryland, you already know this, right? Life 360. Take a friend. You can buy something to go with you. Take a look. Anytime, we go downtown to Atlanta, my wife, she went to a concert with a friend. I said, hey, take somebody with you. Make sure you take your truck with you. Don't go downtown by yourself. Keep your personal belongings with you. When you're in the store, how many people come on every time you're in the store? I'll see somebody leave their purse in the shopping cart and then walk away. Or they'll turn around and leave the cart and get in the aisle and they'll walk down to do the shopping and there's nobody sitting in the purse, right? Or a cell phone. Because you never know who's going to pick up your belongings. But keep them, you keep your arm through you, keep them on you, do things now, what's going on. Yeah. Take one of those with you. Wear it on you, might can't take it off, they can't pick it up and walk off with it. And then lock your car. My wife is World War II. She picked the kids up from daycare. This battle lived in Dawson County. Dawson County is a very safe county. But my wife would leave the car running in front of the daycare when she took the kids there. The man would be really upset when he phone call. And then the black would drive in the corner here. And here at daycare. Then I'm having to be claims to the insurance. So, lock your car. When you go into places, don't leave your keys in it. A big thing I was doing when I went to college, I could take the keys and go through the little console, close the little console, and lock the outside instead of getting. I did that until I got locked out with it. So, keep your car locked, keep your keys on you, don't leave your car running. Even if you run to the gas station, where you're getting gas, that's a big thing now. Y'all seen that with Preacher actually had it now. You lock your car while you're getting gas. Time to know you that. Because people are getting parking. I'm going to put gas in your car. Turn next might come into power piece, still your stuff in your car. And drive off. You stay in the car and you get the gas. So these are just small little bitty things. These things have to be habits, right? You have to be used to doing them. And then park in a well-lit area when you go places. You go somewhere, you park around the corner in the park, go park under the light. You can always look. Big thing, always look at the camera. I try to park far near the cameras. Main reason when I hit it is I know where I can go and figure out who get the car. So park in a very well lit area. Know where you park. Remember where you park. That's a big one. We get a lot of people that call, hey, where am I stolen? I didn't go. We went down, figure it out. We pulled the parking lot and forgot the parking lot. Not me. When the grass was stolen. So know where you park your car, park in a well-lit area. Prescriptions. This is the big one. I recently just did a drug take back event, and I actually really enjoyed it because I got to see people bring in drugs here while they're doing it. When they're at the hospital, it's always about to give them a prescription. Take them somewhere. A lot of police stations have drop off. Take them to Look County Sheriff's Office has them. Frank County, North Freehold County, Sheriff Hall County. You contact UNC, the public. So take your own prescription places and get rid of them. Once you're done with them, you don't need them, take them up there.
Some, nonprofit, medical clinics can take them.
Yeah. So take them to places, don't leave them in your house. What can if we leave all prescriptions in the county? What are the things that can do? Yeah. That's what we do. My kids will have busy eating, right? Think about a family member, child, you may go grab the wrong prescription and take it, and that's not what you meant to take. You want to get Tylenol, you got hydrocodone instead, things like that. Do people get addicted to prescriptions pretty easily, some of them? They can. Really good people, right? Keep them out of sight. All the medications I take, all my blood pressure medications, all that good stuff, heartburn medications, I drink a lot of coffee, I keep them all put up so people can't see them. I don't want kids to get into them, and nobody can know about my medications. I keep it. Kids can't get to them. Other folks come to hospital, because their blood pressure's high, too bad, they get them. Notify your doctor if you're missing medication. So this is what I saw at the hospital a lot. People would come in and say, hey, I got 30 hydrocodones, but last week, and now I have none. And I only took one or two. I don't have to them, they just vanished. Or they better right? So make sure you're reporting missing medication. Go get them healed. And come back at the end of the week, there's none left. You know, it's good that you let your parents know, grandparents, yourself. Let your doctor know things are going on. Report things like this. People stealing your medication, things like that. You know, stay on top of it because people will. I see all the time they come in and get a prescription. Their family member is going there getting hold of them. You know, the grandmother really have dementia. You know, a lot of forgetfulness. I just had the same thing. You did. Somebody has a pocket full of them walking around right now, selling them or taking them. So keep an eye on this medication. Overall, for personal safety,